Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as we get set for what ought to be a terrific battle. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Golden Gophers will kick it away first. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster.
Man, this kickoff, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Downfield, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Quick strike complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Trojans offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. And he's brought down after a nice game. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other stuff that goes with it. But you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum. I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He wants to throw. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
They want to run it left here. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Right back to the well. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Pocket starts to collapse. Got it behind the line. It's Hudson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Marks. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Never a doubt. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
The give is to Taylor. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Takes a hit as he fires. He's got an open man. Oh, look out. There he goes. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive. Picks up more than 30. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Taylor. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Looking to throw, it's Brosmer. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Minnesota.
What a throw by the QB. You think about it, you don't have much space near the sideline, and he put that thing right on the outside of the sideline where his receiver could go make a play. Not only does he make the play, I'm pretty sure he got a foot in bounds, and that's a great touchdown catch. What a playmaker.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
On on second down, looking again to throw. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Trying to find his man on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. That incompletion leads to second down and 10. They go to the ground. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. And the Trojans want to move quickly. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Dialing up a second down pass play. And he lays out and snags it down the left side. The Trojans will have it first and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the end.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, USC. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to...
Intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Trojans. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in the one play. Just execute the offense.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Clock ticks down, under 4 minutes to go in the half. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And the incompletion brings up a second down. From the gun, the running back has it. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. He'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful. Trying to throw that ball too far outside. Obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
And the Trojans in the hurry-up. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Hands it off. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They bring the punter onto the field now. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. His punt is blocked. And after the huge special teams play, they'll take over just inside their 30-yard line.
And you can see they had a punt block left set up. They overload the left side of the formation. They don't have enough guys to really get them all blocked up. Nice job getting in the backfield, taking the ball off the punter's foot, and getting a huge punt block.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's stepping outside big. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off.
He makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. You get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
A About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They're testing the right side here. Oh, he dropped it! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Scanning the field, it's Brosmer. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Northern Illinois is getting cooked right now. I mean, it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 14 to UMass. We'll circle back if anything changes in this.
He lobs one high down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit. Just not on the same page with this target.
He's taking the shot. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because he's thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you can tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. It's complete to the left. Tackled after picking up the first down. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job. In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Back to throw, it's Brosmer. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll go back to the air on second down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
They pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And he's got it! Touchdown! Golden Gophers!
And these are the plays that you look back on tape, and everybody's like, nice work, nice toughness, QB. To stand in there, know you're going to get blasted, and hold onto the ball until the guy comes open, feed him, and get the 6.
And they tacked on the extra point. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's not afraid to go deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Man, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a one-score game. Now Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime.
And the returner will be brought down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll start the third quarter with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. To throw, it's Brosmer. Trying to get rid of it. And it's incomplete on third down. And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They'll run this play from the pistol. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Tackled, but he has a first down. And the Trojans look to keep this drive humming.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
Leaves it with the running back. Smashes through. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Handoff to the lone back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. And I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. Turning to the running game on first and goal. Tackled there by the defense.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of room. Touchdown, USC! And that one will give them the lead.
His defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Thomas.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
And now on second down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Brosmer. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. To the ground with the back. At the 35, he's loose. He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver was able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and go to the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Power football with the run. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's looking for a man on second down. He's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. First down to start the drive after the bridge. Looking for a gap. It's Marks. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Oh, he makes the catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's not going to get there. A big stop for this defense on fourth down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Ready? After the big first down sack, it's 2nd down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Back to throw, it's Brosmer. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long to the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. Coming after him. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
He'll bring it back. It's Branch. He's got great speed. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. They've got the lead here in the 4th. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
After that big gain and open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He now has 91 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy. He's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He breaks a tackle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Caught behind the line. It's Taylor. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Back to pass, it's Brosmer. Getting some heat. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Golden Gophers have their offense in high gear. He'll come out throwing on first down. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got his man quickly. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Back to the air one more time. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the game.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Takes it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
A huge chance for points here on third and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Trying to barge in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown Trojans! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good, really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the 4th quarter.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. So this defense has to protect the lead, but they can also end the deal by putting the quarterback down. Caught in the backfield, it's Taylor.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Offense gets set for second down.
42, Spider.
Looking downfield, it's Brosmer. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the field, and they've got to score some touchdowns.
Shotgun snap on third down. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the run. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. They're trailing by 11 to Army. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw. It's Grosmer. They're trying to get to it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed in the middle. It's Spencer. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. On fourth down, going to the air. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point. We're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than next week.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Dropping back, it's Grosmer. He looks that one in nicely. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They'll try it on the ground. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. Single back formation, and they give it to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses that evolve so much, they can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.